The Congress may have successfully managed a leadership transition in Karnataka, but signs of turbulence are already visible beneath the surface. Days after D.K. Shivakumar took over as Chief Minister, discontent over cabinet portfolios has erupted into the open. Ramalinga Reddy, widely regarded as one of Shivakumar's closest political associates, in fact, he has called him his best friend, has resigned, alleging assurances made during the transition were not honoured. Senior leaders such as K.H. Muniappa have also publicly expressed dissatisfaction, raising questions about whether experience and seniority have been adequately accommodated in the new power structure. Reddy's resignation is particularly significant because of the political weight he carries. An 8-time MLA who has remained unbeaten since 1989, he is among Karnataka's Congress's most influential leaders with deep roots in Bengaluru politics. A former corporator, a key strategist ahead of the Greater Bengaluru Authority polls, Reddy commands influence across communities and enjoys strong relationships with both Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah and their camps. His discontent is therefore more than a personal grievance. It is a test of the new Chief Minister's ability to manage competing ambitions within the party. At the same time, Congress is attempting to maintain equilibrium through a new leadership arrangement that effectively creates 3 centers of influence. D.K. Shivakumar brings organizational muscle, Vocaliga support and a strong personal political network. Siddaramaiah remains the party's biggest mass leader, drawing support from OBCs, Dalits, minorities through the Ahinda coalition and has shaped Karnataka politics for years. Completing the triangle is B.K. Hari Prasad, the newly appointed Karnataka Congress chief, a veteran organizational leader from the Bilava OBC community who is expected to strengthen the party's backward class outreach and preserve the Ahinda coalition or the social coalition as it were. Now, D.K. Shivakumar has one big challenge before him, and that's not just to ensure that Congress will come back to successive powers in 2 years from now, but is to also ensure that he'll be able to keep the government together, his cabinet together, even as he has 2 more years to go. I'm being joined at this point by Ashok K.M. Gowda, who's a spokesperson for BJP, and Samruddh S. Hegde, who's a spokesperson for Congress. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining me. Samruddh, first to you. How is this? DKS yet again calls Mr. Reddy a best friend, and the best friend is extremely upset.
Thank you for having me on the show. What we witnessed today is just merely a ripple in what has otherwise been a remarkably smooth and orderly transition of power. The Congress party is not a monolithic institution where every voice must echo in perfect unison. We are a vibrant democratic party. Therefore, when senior-most statesmen like Shri Ramalinga Reddy ji or K.H. Muniappa ji express their views, it is evidence of a healthy democratic nature of our party. These are veteran leaders who have spent decades of their lives in public service. They have served the people of Karnataka with distinction, and they are invaluable assets to the party and to the state, and they are Congress loyalists. Let's remember that Mr. Ramalinga Reddy ji has said that he will still continue as a congressman, as an MLA. And their concerns will be and has been and will be heard with the utmost seriousness that and respect that it deserves. And any issues will be resolved by the party internally. Another important issue is that the resignation hasn't been accepted as yet. At the same time, the Congress party strictly maintains that there are no small portfolios or large portfolios when the objective is the welfare of Karnataka. Every responsibility entrusted by the people is a sacred duty. As we enter this new dawn for Karnataka, it is the passing of mantle from one able administration to another able administration. But the mission remains the same: prosperity with purpose, growth with justice, and governance with compassion. So there's nothing to worry about. Things are being in control. If you another example
Samruddh, if you say so, but you know, it's not just about a very peaceful passing of baton, but it's also about how there seems to be the same concerns and the struggles that were there in the earlier Siddaramaiah government, literally returning in the new wineskin form. Ashok K.M. Gowda?
Yeah, see, now the point is very simple. D.K. Shivakumar's honeymoon period has ended within 36 hours of he taking the vote. Point number 1. Point number 2. Probably Congress has never understood how to administrate a state and who has what kind of a strength. For example, Ramalinga Reddy, who hails from Bangalore, and he hails from Bangalore urban district, and his native is also Bangalore urban district, and he knows the Bangalore politics very well. And more than that, the problems of Bangalore, for example, solid waste management, sewage treatment, or even roads, potholes, even E-Kata, OC, CC building, all this, there are several problems in Bangalore. Bangalore is a growing city, and it also is an important city in the entire world today. And for such kind of a city, and if the person who hails from Kolaru, and he does not understand Bangalore at all, he came to Bangalore only in 2008. And so the Congress leadership has not understood the key strengths of each of their own ministers. And that is the concern today. And because of that, Karnataka and the Bangalore is already suffering. From past 3 years, Bangalore is suffering, and it continues to suffer. Because the E-Kata problem is not ended, pothole problem is not ended, and solid waste management
but
problem
among
is
the
not
first
ended.
decisions,
With all
among the
these
first
things,
decisions that DK seems to have taken once he took on the guards, is divert the money for roads. I mean, you are talking about potholes, but he seems to have jumped into action, Samrudh. But when your own ministers are really not happy with what they have been given, how long can that drive really last? And this is not just about Mr. Reddy, this is not just about Munyappa. You would know better than me that this is going deeper than just two people within the cabinet.
No, definitely this is just a hiccup in an otherwise breath of fresh air. As we know, in the last 24 hours since Mr. D.K. Shivakumar has taken oath, he has brought out a plethora of new reforms and new ideas. Ultimately, the government are judged not by the portfolios assigned, but the outcomes they deliver. And
But
that
outcomes
remains
is
a
also
singular...
very closely linked to portfolios, sir. You
Definitely.
don't
So,
have peace within the cabinets
no,
and the cabinet
see,
ministers with
in a
many.
democratic
And you can correct
party,
me if I'm
you cannot
factually wrong.
satisfy. In a democratic society, in a democratic party, you can't satisfy everyone's needs.
No,
There
Samrudh,
is
this is...
some,
No,
there
no,
is
you're not getting
some.
me. I'm not saying satisfy everybody. But what I'm saying, when your own ministers, this is not about ranks within the Congress. This is not about open bickering before a government is formed. This is not about, ex-people who have been shunted out saying so and so. These are active ministers of the government who are part of the current government. They are bickering, they are cribbing, they are upset. And the number is not restricted to only two.
It is restricted to only two, now I'd reduce it in one, because just before this interview started, Mr. K.S. Munyappa ji said that he has had conversations with the party high command, because Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji was in Bangalore today, Mr. Kharge ji was in Bangalore today, and we saw the unified front that we put when he filed his nomination. So any issues will be resolved within the party. This is not a big deal at all. Even Mr. Ramalinga Reddy ji's issue will be resolved. Mr. D.K. Shivakumar ji has clarified that a promise was made, and he might be upset that it was not kept with relation to the Bangalore ministry. But let us not forget that Mr. Krishna Bairegowda is not any less competent to hold the portfolio, the way Mr. Ashok Gowda is portraying that he is not competent. Definitely, we have multiple competent leaders within the Congress party, which is also an issue for us in one way or the other. And that's fine. It's an issue which is completely dealable when we have such caliber in the party.
Do you agree, Mr. Ashok? And if I can request my team to just refresh the top bands as well. Mr. Ashok, do you agree?
Definitely not. I'm not agreeing with the Samrudh Hegdeji. See, point is very simple. It is not one, two people. Now, the KJ George has raised his queries, and HK Patil has raised his queries. And even our Bhairati Suresh also has raised the queries as per the TV news reports, and as well as the media people are saying it. And that is all apart, that is all on the one side. And see, governance should have taken the priority. And in the Congress government in the past 36 months, governance was not a priority, and it continues. And they show that the same attitude is shown even today also. See, they are not bothered about the people of Karnataka, and they are not bothered about the Kannadigas. They are bothered only about the portfolio allocation. They were bothered about what kind of a money they can make and what kind of a assets they can create for themselves, not for the Kannadigas. So this is the question what the opposition is raising on Congress party. From past 36 months, we have seen only this. See, in fact, Hegde should know that his own great-grandfather, when he was the Chief Minister of Karnataka, the kind of the development what the Karnataka saw in terms of the social welfare activities and other things. And DK and Sidramaya says that I being a OBC leader after Devaraj Arasu, and I've done that, this. Please let him release a white paper, which we have been asking for. and that in my regime as a Chief Minister of Karnataka, as a Finance Minister of Karnataka for presenting 17 budgets and being in power for 33 years, 31 and a half years, let him show that what kind of a development activities he has taken for the OBC development or for anybody else. And same thing if Ekdad does not know his great grandfather development, I can speak on, and it can be for an half a day. Even I being a BJP person, I can vote for Devaraj Orosu. See, that is all apart. And today in Karnataka, the Congress party is not the way the Devaraj Orosu's days were.